tips here. So this video is on how you work with a client or a friend or whoever remotely. So our technology does have that function, which is very unusual. And of course, in today's weird economic situation, this can also be especially helpful if you want to do some virtual work with somebody. So it's pretty straightforward. As you can see on this screen here, I happen to already be logged in, right? But let's walk you through the basic process. If you have somebody new that you want to work with anywhere in the world, you would just first start with clicking the new client button right there. And I'm just going to put in some fake names here. Guest distance. And then I'm just going to type my own email address in here to save myself some time. And weight, 2,000 pounds. Height, 6'9", 6'1", that's fine. Birth date, might as well show you guys this because it always trips everybody up. I'm going to make a whole separate video on this because it's such a... if you want to change the year easily, you literally have to put your finger and click on the year button. Well, part of the screen, I should say. So just click right directly on that and then just scroll down wherever you want. The rest is easy. Obviously, left and right arrows help you scroll through the months, right? So that's pretty straightforward. Then you just hit set at the bottom and that's it, okay? Now I did want to say that we have the functionality where you can do a selfie, but in this case, you're working with somebody remotely, right? So there's a couple ways to do this. One is if they actually sent you a photo on your computer, right, your tablet or your phone, they just sent it to you, then you could hit this switch button right here. The switch button, when you hit that, allows you to actually, whoop, I gotta switch it, so that's me. Let's switch it again. And now I'm actually I have it aimed at the carpet. You actually don't see anything there. But the switch button you would use, and that basically, what does that mean? That means that you're using the camera that is in front of you. So if you wanted to like take a photo of something, so you could actually hold that camera up to another photo in front of you, okay? Any photo. That could be pulled up on your smartphone or your tablet or your computer, and you just aim the camera at that and take a photo. Now, how do you actually snap the photo? You actually just tap your finger in the screen, in the display screen right here. You don't click that, you click the display screen. You just tap it one time. And of course, the way you know that you've captured the image is the image doesn't move. It just stays frozen. That means that you just snapped a photo. If you wanted to snap it again because you didn't think it was good, you just tap the screen again and you can redo and as many times as you want. So the other method is if you actually hit upload right here, and when you hit upload, it'll actually go right into your phone and you can select any image that you've uploaded in there, okay? So another thing you can do is just access your email, or if somebody texted you on the phone number that was associated with your actual AOScan mobile device, if you got that photo, however you get it, you can then hit that upload button. I don't know what happened to my screen here. And you can basically upload any image or file that way, okay? So that's just another nice convenient thing to do. You add in your file or add in your photo inside your phone, and then you would just hit the next button at the bottom if you remember that. I gotta log back in here. It logged me out. So yeah, pretty straightforward. So once you have actually loaded up the person's information you get from them, you've uploaded their photo, which is very important. Then you're just going to pretty much make sure that ideally that they have the bone conduction headset, and you can get that headset that came with your device in the store. You can get it in your store. You can send them a link to your store. You can get that link in your back office, and they can go on there and they can order the headset. If you're watching this video sometime when I actually launched this video, if you look at the date and you go in your store and you don't see the headset anymore, that just means they didn't load it in. They're literally just about to load that in this week. So you will be able to order that, and your clients or your friends or whoever will be able to order that right off your store. So make sure that they have their headset, and then you're just going to do everything as normal. So imagine that, obviously my name is up there at the top as a client, but imagine that we have loaded this other individual. We'll just hit scan, but before we just do that, we want to make sure that we have called that person with the device that we're using. So literally, you take your AO Mobile, and let me go back here, and you see your little phone. You literally will open this up. You will actually call them. You go through the motion, okay? You will call them on what now? You will call them on their cell phone, okay? And once you've made that connection, then you can go back to your actual screen, okay? You have them loaded up at the top, and then you'll just go through the motions. So again, just like you would normally scan and work with yourself, except you've added them and you now have them on the phone call, right? It's nice to put them on speakerphone. And the reason you might want to do speakerphone is so you can talk to them, of course, while you're actually running the assessment, right? The other reason is because with Inner Voice, when you hit that microphone button to record, you can have them actually talk through your speakerphone for 10 seconds, and that is how we would analyze them for this particular scan, okay? If they wanted to pre-record something, like a minute ago and text it to you or something like that, that's fine too. But this, it's honestly the most convenient way is just having them talk while you're on the phone, obviously, and through the speakerphone. And then you know the normal routine here. If you ever want to email them the reports, this is the button that you would click on. You put in their email address. Normally it should automatically load because you already filled out that information when you added them as a new client, when you went through this normal screen here, okay? And so, yeah, for accuracy purposes, in the diagnostics, or the assessments, I should say, because this is not a medical tool, it's an assessment tool. So when you're doing that sort of analysis mode, again, if you want the maximum for accuracy, but also therapeutics, have them plug in their headset. So you know how you plug in your headset at the bottom of the device, right? It's down here on the outside of your device, if you're using the mobile device anyways, on the edge of your tablet, you plug in your headset. You would have them essentially plug in their headset in the jack of their phone. Pretty straightforward, right? So just like they would use headset for doing calls or whatever, listening to something, they're going to use the bone conduction, the transducer oscillator coils, because that's what's actually inside the headset, and that is what they will actually plug in. So this actually will create the same type of effect and the same type of function as what happens when you use your headset on your device. The science of how that works is covered in some videos and a long article as well that a couple of us has written up. So if you're curious on how the headset is working and why that's really helpful, especially when you're remotely working with people to improve the efficacy, things like that. I'm not going to cover that in this video, but those are the steps. Have them plug in their headset. You'll load them in as a new client, and make sure you dial the number, have them live. Again, if you want the best efficacy and accuracy, it's always best if you actually call them up and you're making a cell signal to cell signal connection. So to not get in too much in the science, we're using actually the 3G and the 4G and or internet connection are part of how we're able to do this work remotely. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. So if you have any questions, you feel like I left any steps out or anything like that, of course, you're welcome to leave those questions below in the comments or reach out to us anytime. Thanks for watching.